starts the Southern Maryland Guitar Guru Show, featuring Dan Harsha and Dan Alban. This week's show, we're highlighting the latest in music, life, and culture. They through different eyes.
Yo, 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 this is Dan Harsha, and this is the Guitar Gurus, and with me always is...
Dan Alban here.
Whoa, how are you doing tonight, bud?
Yeah, you can tell I'm here.
Wow, dude, that's power, man.
Oh, man, that is awesome. It's so awesome. I can hear myself.
Right.
Which means everyone can hear me as well.
Right, buddy.
So we're doing it again. We're getting another awesome show together tonight for you guys, and thank you so much for continuing to support this so we can keep bringing this to you.
Oh, yeah, man. It's electric here in the studio. Still trying to get it all figured out with the new equipment. But, dude, it's another week down. We're here.
Yeah.
We're ready to get on episode 111. Wow. Okay,
Wow.
triple ones.
Yeah, play that at the Maryland Lotto.
I'll take that straight in box, man.
Yeah, you don't even have to box 111.
I'm boxing it, dude. I'm boxing it. That'd be like at a Dumb and Dumber.
That's funny.
I'll take triple ones, and I want it boxed.
Oh, my God. That's some PG County talk right there.
Right. And I'm paying with a bunch of case quarters. Oh, dude.
Daytime and nighttime drawings.
That's right, dude. Well, dude, real quick, let's shout out last week's guest. Then we'll get everything kicked off because it's going to be a busy night. Got a lot of information.
Yeah.
And I just want to jump right into it.
We're going full speed ahead.
So cool. Episode 110 last week's guest was Kevin Jones from the Runaway Guns.
Yeah.
We had him in studio to kick off season 2. It was awesome having him here all night. Real relaxed environment, and really enjoyed my time with him, and I know you did too.
Oh, of course, man.
A lot of insightful information. We played their song, Better Than I, right?
Yeah.
So that was cool. It kind of had that gospel feel to it, you know?
Yeah.
I said it was a gospel song. I could hear it at church, and I really could, man.
That's right. 'Cause our good boy Ronnie Wright was on the keys. That's what gave it that
vibe.
That gospel vibe.
Yeah, man. So, shout out Kevin Jones, Runaway Guns.
Oh, yeah.
Love to have you in the studio. We'll check you next time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but tonight's episode 111. And, dude, season 2, man, there's twists and turns every week.
Oh, yeah.
So, here,
Oh, yeah.
major show announcement. All right, right now, usually we're going to break down how the show's going to flow for tonight, but first off the break, want to take a minute right now to say thank you to David Higgins and the Southern Maryland Chronicle. But Hickey has decided, with everything going on, that he's going to have to take a step back from the show for quite a long time, get everything refocused back in. So we're going to send off David Higgins, Hickey on the beat. Thank you for helping us this past couple years.
Yeah.
So Hickey's no longer with the show, but we're going to have none other than Dan Alban fill in and do the 10-ounce 12-pack sampler while we come up with a new name for his segment.
Yeah.
But for the time being, it'll be Alban on the beat until we find a new name.
That's right. That's right.
So,
yeah, we definitely want to thank David Higgins for all the support over the last 2.5, 3 years and being there from the beginning. And, yeah, that doesn't mean we're not going to support each other because we're still going to do that.
Right. It's just, he's got so much going on, he just can't do it. Tuesdays are bad for him. I get it. Yada. Life goes on. We're still getting a 10-ounce 12-pack sampler courtesy of Lynn Arion. And Danny Alban's buttery good voice gets to deliver it to the masses. So, So once we come up with a clever name for him, for the time being, we're just going to call it Alban on the beat, just as a throwback to Higgy.
That's right. Out of respect.
So that's how we'll start the show off in just a couple moments. Then after that, we're going to cruise right into the Island Music Company's Guitar of the Week. And this week, we got that awesome Fender Telecaster, that custom Telecaster signature model from Jason Isbell. Dude, the chocolate burst finish, road worn Telecaster.
Oh, yeah.
All day, all weekend long. It was awesome. So, dude, we'll talk about that. We'll get into the details, but it was an awesome guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved having it in the studio. And, dude, we're doing our thing. That's awesome. It's Guitar of the Week with Island Music. So, can't wait to talk about that. And then we'll get to ask how much it cost. So you can just churn your wheels on that.
Yeah, I've been really kicking myself today over this one.
Right.
We'll see how it goes, buddy.
All right, dude. And then after that, we're going to do Sean Kirkpatrick for Sean in 60 Seconds. Check in with him this week and see what's happening. Then we'll take a quick break, come back, and then we're going to have our featured guest. And our featured guest this week is Justin Myles from 81 Proof and Milestone Entertainment. What do you think about that, dude?
Oh, I've been waiting, man. Been waiting.
Yeah, dude. He does a lot of solo stuff. He does everything. But we're lucky to have him here tonight, coming on the show, calling in. This is going to be his first interview where it's just talking about all his own stuff.
That's right.
He's not jumping in, doing anything else. This is all his own solo kind of interview. So he's really excited, taking notes, and he's going to have good answers for our questions.
Yeah, buddy.
So that's how episode 111 is going to end up being like tonight. What do you think?
Couldn't ask for a better episode, everybody. I know there's a lot of interest in this episode, and we're excited to bring it to you, and we're excited to have it here, man. This is great. Can't wait.
Cool. Well, I'm going to throw you the mic for Alban on the beat to give us the 10-ounce 12-pack sampler. So, Terry, take it over, buddy.
Hell yeah. Hey, good evening, Southern Maryland. I'm Dan Alban, and welcome to Alban on the Beat, coming to you live from the Southern Maryland Guitar Guru studio. Let's get started with what's on tap this weekend in Southern Maryland with your 10-ounce 12-pack sampler, courtesy of none other than Lynn Arion.
Yeah, Lynn Arion.
Okay, let's pop a top and get to the sampler. Friday, August 20th at 6 p.m. we got Will Benthal at Stoney's Clark's Landing in Hollywood.
All right.
7 p.m. Water's Edge will be at Gilligan's in Newburgh.
Oh, yeah, Water's Edge Band.
8 p.m. 81 Proof. Rice and Myles. Myles on the show tonight, everybody. They'll be in Port Tobacco.
I'm sure we'll talk about that show.
Port Tobacco Marina, 8 o'clock on Friday night.
Right.
Then at 10 p.m. down in California, you got Paradox at the ABC Liquor Lounge.
All right. Sounds cool. Good old Friday night right there.
Hell yeah. And then moving on to Saturday, August 21st at 6 p.m., you got Hydra Effects at Captain Charles Seafood in Newburgh.
Nice.
Hell yeah. They've been playing there a lot here lately. It's a good joint.
Captain Charles having the local bands in.
Yeah, they know. They know the deal.
Right.
8:30 p.m., you got Robbie Booth at Cryer's Back Road Inn down in Compton.
Oh, wow, man.
Yeah, the Robbie Booth Band.
Yeah, I'm digging that.
Yeah. Then at 9 p.m., you got Run Catch Rain at the Green Turtle Sports Bar in California.
Mm-hmm.
Also at 9 p.m., you got Squid Ink.
Yeah, Jake
right there
Downland.
at Last Trop in Hollywood.
Yeah, Jake and the boys.
Oh, the great Saturday evening there.
Yeah.
Then for your Sunday Fun Day on August 22nd at 1 p.m., we got Tell You Monday at the Tap House in California. 3 p.m., you got Billy Yeager at the Pier in Solomon's. 4 p.m., Taboo will be at Buckets Bar and Grill in Lusby. And then at 5 p.m., you got Sam Grove at the Leonardtown Square in Leonardtown, Maryland.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
That's a nice little sampler of music. And of course, on Thursday nights or Thursday afternoons, Lynn Arion puts out the full schedule. So check Facebook for that, and you can see it all. And I saw a preview of the full schedule. Wow, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's tons of music all weekend long.
Isn't
here,
it crazy?
Man.
It's
It's
amazing.
nuts, dude. Super nuts.
Well, remember, if partaking in adult beverage, please have a DD or plan for an Uber or Lyft. As always, enjoy and support local music. This has been Alban on the Beat right here on the Southern Maryland Guitar Guru Show. The full schedule comes out. If you can't find something to go check out, then you just don't want to go out.
That's right. That's right. Insane, dude. Insane. But dude, thanks for reading the schedule sampler.
Yeah.
Getting everybody prepped.
It's gonna take some time to get it, get my groove.
To get a flow. To get a flow going. So, yeah, next week will be better. It will.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be rocking. But, dude, let's just right into it, man. This is going to be a real fast-paced show. But, dude, we're going to cruise right into it,
I
dude.
love it.
It's Island Music's Guitar of the Week. We're talking Defender Jason Isbell, Custom Telecaster, and Chocolate Burst. Wow, what an awesome guitar, dude. Along with a handful of contemporaries, Jason has ushered in a fresh era of country music by returning to the genre's roots of storytelling-based songwriting, raw emotions, and equally raw performances. But make no mistake, Jason is no mere revivalist. He's a contemporary artist putting a modern twist on his country and rock and roll influences. The Jason Custom Telecaster is something of an analog for Jason's style, based on Jason's custom shop master built Telecaster. This gorgeous instrument pairs old school soul with new school attitude. Of course, it's finished in a road-worn chocolate burst finish with just the right amount of distressing. So it's not overdone like the one hanging on my wall. It's just a light distressing, road-worn. You get it. You know what's nice about the road-worn series? Once you have it, if you have it out and about and it gets a bump or a knock, you don't. It doesn't matter. That's cool. It's real cool. Dude, it also has the white double edge binding, which is cool on a Telecaster. Something about binding on a Telecaster is cool when it's on both sides of the body. So that adds an extra little flair of detail that I really love. It's got a black and white 3-ply pickguard, and it's got specially voiced pickups for Jason's guitar. So it's kind of cool. So special pickups. But the Roan-born other body offers seasoned feel and aesthetics. It features a balanced sounding outer body, a mainstay on a lot of Fender guitars. It has got that distinctive tone at the center of some of rock and roll's most enduring classics. We all can agree on that. Outer body. A Roan-worn nitro lacquer finish gives this solid body electric guitar the look and feel of a well-aged, used vintage instrument. And I think that should be stressed a little bit. This has the nitro lacquer finish. You usually don't get nitro lacquer finishes on the Made in Mexico Fender series. So this is a little special, a little unique, so that you need to take that in consideration, okay? Modified brass saddle Tele bridge, vintage style tuners, and the perfect finishing touches on this Tele is supplying you with seasoned aesthetics plus rock solid performance and tuning stability. So just a very unique way how they put it together. So Artist Series Roan-worn with a nitro lacquer finish. So it's like boom, boom, boom. All 3 deluxe options typically not done, they're putting into this instrument. It's got custom voice pickups for that tasty Tele twang. Tasty, right? Jason's own custom shop Telecaster went through a trial by fire shortly after he received it from the Fender's master builders. During a live performance at Willie Nelson's 4th of July picnic, Jason's pedal board unexpectedly died, leaving him with just his custom shop Tele plugged straight into his amp. Jason played the whole set with his stripped back pairing and tore the roof off. The custom Telecaster custom voice pickups set delivered the serious Tele twang and swamp rock bark that absolutely sings through a tube combo amp. No pedals required, Cap.
Wow.
I dig it, dude. And look, I got the tube combo amp here, and I'm going pedalless, and it sang, dude.
I'm sure, man.
It sang, Cap.
Just listening to that, it's like one of those shows that you missed and you wish you were there.
Right.
Just witness something like that.
Yeah, damn pedal board.
I bet it was great.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes being limited is better than having every tool.
Yeah, because it really brings out who you are as a player. You're naked.
Yeah.
You're showing your skills, man.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about the mid-60s C-shaped neck. Ensures easy playability. So look, the custom Telecaster is a treat to play, largely because of its mid-60s C-shaped neck profile and 7.25-inch radius rosewood fingerboard. 21 vintage tall frets that feel just incredible. And the neck is a traditional four-bolt neck. And what's cool is the neck plate has Jason's anchor and sparrow tattoo on the neck plate. So they put that on this instrument too. So that's a cool option. And it includes a synthetic bone nut on the neck.
Yeah.
So look, this is a Made in Mexico artist series. Every option thrown at it, and Roan-worn finish.
Wow.
So it's stacking up. It's just all these options. And when I had the guitar here, dude, it plays just like the American rivals.
I'm really trying to pay very close attention to the details here.
Yeah. So I'm going to run over the features at a glance, but I can tell you from having it in studio, the tone's real, the instrument's built right, and if you're into Teles, you're going to love it. There it is.
Now, what's the overall feel like?
Dude, on a scale 1 to 10, it's an 8.5. I mean,
so did you ever like strap it and stand up with it?
Yeah, it's fine.
And it felt comfortable, and
yep.
It didn't dig into the forearms at any point, and everything felt good, right?
Felt good, man. It's
Okay.
a great instrument.
That's the little stuff that I always notice. Is like you play something, and then like a couple hours later, you kind of sore right there inside your arm. It's not.
Yeah, didn't have that.
All right, sweet.
But no, I mean, dude, classic Fender feel, and like I said, if you're a Tele guy, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
So before we get to the tech specs, I'll just say a couple more features to let you start calculating. So it's a recreation of Jason's custom shop Telecaster. So he had the master builders build him this one-off masterpiece, and this is a made in Mexico reproduction, mass-produced for everybody to enjoy. So it's pretty awesome. Balanced sounding Adler body, that has that classic Fender tone. It exudes it, dude. It's just there.
Yeah.
Road-worn nitro lacquer finish supplies a seasoned look and feel. Custom voice single coil pickups, mid-60s C neck, and easy playing a 7.25 inch radius fingerboard. That's a great instrument, man. Great instrument. But I'll just kick these specs real quick, and then we'll ask you the question everybody's been wanting to ask you for the past 5 minutes. What do you think?
I always look forward to this, man.
Yeah, but it's a great guitar. I just can't stress that enough.
I'm struggling right now trying to figure it out.
Yeah. All right. So it's a 6-string guitar, right-handed, solid body electric. Of course, it's a Telecaster shape, Adler body, nitro lacquer gloss finish, a chocolate burst is the color, a maple neck, mid-60s C shape, bolt-on, 7.25 inch radius, a rosewood fingerboard, white Polaroid dots, 21 vintage tall frets, 25.5 inch scale length, a nut width of 1.650 inches. It's a synthetic bone nut material, so it's going to stay in tune and not break.
Yeah.
3 saddles, string through body, Tele with brass saddles. That's the bridge and tailpiece. That's typical Tele with string through the body. Vintage style tuners. The specially voiced Jason Isbell Telecaster single coil pickups. Master volume, master tone, 3-way blades pickup switch. And it comes with a nice gig bag. How awesome is that?
And a bag.
And a bag.
Nice. That is very nice.
So it's a great guitar. Basically, I'll say this. It's pretty much the best guitar, the best thing that the Made in Mexico factory offers. There's nothing it doesn't else have for a Telecaster.
Wow.
It has it all, dude. And it's a signature model, road worn. So, I have to ask you, how much do you think this guitar cost, Mr. Alban?
Okay. As always, here we go. Fun part of the show.
All right.
I do not research these things ahead of time, and last week I nailed it. Dead on.
You did.
I nailed it dead on.
Yeah.
Very rare, but listening to all these specs, what a lot of great features in this thing. Here's what I'm going with, everybody. I'm just always buying a little time so you guys can throw your answers up there, because I like how y'all guys, you play along. It's fun.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Alban's guess of the week. I'm gonna say $14.99.
Wow, dude, you're super close.
Really?
A little low, but it's super close. It's $1549.95.
Okay, all right.
So $50 off, man. It's pretty damn close, dude.
I'm getting good at this.
It's pretty good, dude. And if you
That's
didn't
a
have
deal,
the
man.
dude, if you didn't have the Fender just recently had a price change. So if it would have been the old pricey model, you would have hit it right on the head.
Wow.
So
yeah, I mean, for that price and what you're getting with this, it's unbelievable.
yeah, I mean to get the American equivalent is going to run you every bit of $2,500 to $3,000 to start at the custom shop. To start, if not more. So I mean, it's like, if you want that level of instrument, God bless you, go get it.
Yeah.
If you want to have a variety and have a couple, this one's more than perfect to be your guy on stage.
And it looks cool as hell.
That it does. That
chocolate burst, man. Mm-hmm. I saw the pictures.
It's awesome, dude. If you like Teles,
oh yeah,
you dude.
I do like Teles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have one day.
That's right. Well, that is the guitar of the week, my friend.
Sweet.
And I look forward to getting down to Island this week and getting another and see what we can do with it.
Yeah, Island Music Complete of Maryland, everybody. That guitar that was just reviewed is there to be played. Somebody take it home, check it out, have a good time with it.
That's right, dude. All right, man. We're cruising right along. We're going to get Sean Kirkpatrick on the phone. What do you think, man?
Yeah.
Give me some soothing tones.
It's time for Sean in 60 seconds. Sean Kirkpatrick right here on the Southern Maryland Guitar Guru Show. Our favorite weekly segment of danger and uncertainty. And I wonder if he'll pick up.
Yeah, I hope, dude.
Good evening, gurus.
How you doing tonight, Sean?
I'm doing fantastic. How are y'all doing?
Dude, we're hanging in there. The show's cruising right along. We got a later than normal start, but we're in here. We feeling comfortable.
Titch happens.
That's right.
Happens quite a bit.
That it does.
But we're readjusting. There's a new schedule, new flow.
Yeah.
There's a new flow from here on out. So,
Well, I'm sure it's going to be great.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You're here, so it's already great.
Give him,
Exactly.
give him 60 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree with whoever that was,
Oh,
too.
you got a girl with you?
Yeah, it's my friend Brittany. She's hanging out.
Yeah.
Well, good evening, Brittany.
What's up, guy?
How
Hey.
are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Dude, this Sean in 60 segment already kicks ass. We're not running behind in your world, Sean, so don't worry about the clock.
Word. That's
So-
what I like to hear.
So,
I was
all
up for the first
We're-
one, too.
Worry about that 60 seconds, all right?
yeah. So tell us why is it now y'all two are hanging out right now while you're taping your spot? This is kind of cool. What brought it on?
I mean, we were just hanging out already, so I honestly didn't even put two and two together. It wasn't even intentional.
Nice.
Wow.
I totally believe that too.
Yeah, he was hanging out and going, oh, by the way, these two dudes I know want me to talk again this week. You got a minute? Just
What do you want me to ask him?
yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
There's these two dudes, Dan and Dan. It's like more like douche and douche. I just got to give them a few minutes and leave me alone.
That was exactly the conversation verbatim.
I knew it.
Nice. So what's the plans tonight after you get off the phone with us? Y'all doing anything cool?
Nope. She's actually helping me clean my apartment.
Sweet. That's even cooler.
All right?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, dude, does she like listening to sick drum beats?
No, there's none of that in my apartment.
Okay.
All right, it's even getting better.
All right.
No, I mean, yeah, we put
You
some
don't even
music
have
on.
to, now you don't even have to be a performer. You can just chill and hang out.
Right.
That's cool, man. So where'd you meet?
Looney's Pub.
Dig
It was forever ago. I was still playing with Trilogy back then. It was probably the first year I was with them.
Oh, wow. The hot mix
Nice.
years.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been around for a while.
Sweet.
That's cool. I saw a picture of you hanging out with your mom. How was that?
Yeah, we went. I hadn't seen her in a couple weeks, so we went to. Where did we go first? We went to Molly's Brewery at first and hung out there for a little while. Had a couple beers. And, they had Kelly's Chicken Cuisine was there.
Ooh.
Is that a food
Their
truck?
food truck thing.
How was it?
It was really good. Really, really good.
Do
They had
you?
like crabby fries and steak and cheese egg rolls, all that stuff. So we were fat and happy before we left, and then we went
man.
down to Solomon's Tiki Bar at Solomon's and caught a little bit of nightcap before heading out. So it was a good time.
Nice. Tara did all right with Nightcap that night?
Oh yeah. No, they're killing it. Now they got a new. The drummer is the drummer from Hit or Miss.
Okay.
There is, their guitar player Sean Howe is in that band as well. So when my schedule started picking up, I ended up having to actually tell Tara, I was like, I can't take any more dates because I'd already double booked with them twice. At this point, I was like, all right, look, we need to figure something else out. So she went and contacted the the drummer from Hit or Miss, and he actually has like a really nice Roland electronic kit that he brings out for their acoustic shows now. And honestly, I think it might even sound better.
That is awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. It's good of you to get out and support, man. I mean, it's
Oh yeah, man. I
it's
try to get out as much as I can, but you know.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I'm just recognizing that you got to do that. So good on you. Good on you, bro.
Yeah, and whenever you get a moment, just Google search Roland VA 706, and we'll talk about that next week.
Okay. You said TA?
No,
Like,
Victor Allen 706.
okay.
Yeah, check that one out. That's
I
that.
haven't even heard about the VA series.
Yeah,
It's only for veterans.
That's what the V stands for.
no, V drums. That's what that stands for.
Okay.
No, that's the kit, dude.
Now I feel bad because I got a shitty fucking electronic kit a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you'll see, dude. It's the VAD 706. VAD
Okay.
706.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Check that thing out. The natural finish one. That's the one I want.
Now,
Okay.
yeah, check it out soon because those are going to get discontinued, and the natural series of VAG is going to come out.
Natural badge.
I see what you did there.
Dan Alban here.
Yeah. Still search that drum set, though.
Fuck yeah, that's great, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
So what do you got coming up, man? What's on the horizon for my man Sean?
So actually, I got my first show with Girl Crush this year on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Wow, okay.
I haven't heard that name
Where's
in a
that
long
at,
time.
buddy?
So that's going to be all the way up in Waterman's, up in Rock Hall on the Eastern Shore. It's a hike from Southern Maryland, but
Yeah.
they appreciate us up there. They actually managed to put two and two together. Like most venues don't do that, where it's like, you know, you have one band and then another band where it's the acoustic version. You have Trilogy and then you have Girl Crush. They don't think that Girl Crush is as good as the main band or whatever. So, you know, it's cool that they actually did their research and was like, oh, okay, if we want to have Trilogy, then we need to put Girl Crush.
Right.
Nice. They were in some Inspector Gadgets. They figured it out.
Yeah, something like that.
That's going to be a great time.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited about that. I got a call from Mr. Brian Bourne from Under the Covers yesterday, and he confirmed a couple dates for me this weekend. So I'm stacked. Friday night, I'm going to be in Delaware at this place called Docklands, and Saturday, it's like a private party up in Baltimore. It's Wendy Townsend from 98 Rock's birthday party.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
All right.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah, so they got all the
awesome.
98 Rock comedians and stuff like that coming out and doing sets throughout the day, and then we're going to play from 8 to 11. It's a ticketed event, and the tickets are going super fast, so if anybody's interested,
Great.
good luck.
Right.
Dude, that's a hell of a time, man. Congrats on scoring something like that. That's fun, man.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. So,
That's dope.
Man, that's awesome.
Well, dude, I appreciate your time this week.
Yeah,
with
we
us,
love
man.
living. We love living vicariously through you
Yes.
and all the cool shit you get to do.
And the bonus surprise guest on the line this week was awesome. That's
Yes.
awesome.
We love that too.
awesome, yeah. No, I'm glad that everything worked out. I was trying to tell her to be quiet so that I could do the segment, and she just can't even stop talking.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? No.
Bring her in
Don't
the
do
First
not
time you guys
stifle
called me, I
her.
was there.
Huh?
Huh?
It's true, actually. The first time we did the Gurus in 60 seconds, or the Sean in 60 seconds thing,
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, I sent you a message with my phone number on it.
Right.
And
I was there.
yeah, her and I were hanging out, and we were pretty drunk at the time.
I'm digging it. Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on this week. I appreciate Brittany, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I appreciate you being here 111 episodes later. Still great friends with Sean, and y'all are hanging out doing
Hell
your
yeah.
thing, man. That's cool.
I think it's great.
Yeah, everything comes full circle.
That's right, man. Well, dude, from the Gurus, I'll say thank you. Have a great night. We'll talk to you next week. But if you got anything else, you got 30 seconds.
I don't got nothing I can fit in 30 seconds.
Sorry.
That's a great answer.
Well, he's truthful. Okay.
All right, buddy.
Sean, we love you, buddy. Be safe on your travels and your shows and enjoy. We will catch up with you next week, my friend.
All right, fellas. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
All right, dude. Holler.
Take it easy.
Later. There he goes. Sean in 60 seconds,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Wow, dude. That's awesome for him tonight, man.
Hell yeah.
Having an awesome Tuesday, having a
Yeah.
good friend, hang out, clean your apartment.
Yeah.
That's strong.
That's
dude.
a real friend right there.
That's strong as shit, dude. That's super, man.
So shout out to Brittany.
Yeah, shout out to Brittany. Keep the vacuum cleaning going.
That's right.
Nice, dude. Woo, dude, you ready to take a break, man?
Yeah, it's hot in here.
Let's take a break. We'll get reset, and then we're going to come back. Featured guest time. Looking forward to this. Justin Myles is coming on the program.
That's right.
How cool is that, man?
It's going to be great.
Awesome. All right, dude. It's Guitar Gurus with Dan and Dan. We're Southern Maryland's #1 choice for music talk radio, and we'll be right back after this. Tattoos last forever. They're a permanent statement about your personality and style. Do you want to spend the rest of your life with ink that looks like it's been done by some junior apprentice? Or do you want a custom tattoo from Christopher Lane Tattoos? Chris has over 10 years in the biz and uses the best ink and machines in the industry. Check out Christopher Lane Tattoo's Instagram feed today and you will just see for yourself that he does some of the finest work in the Southern Maryland area. Give him a follow today and you will just marvel over the attention to detail in his work. Christopher Lane Tattoos on Instagram is your start on a pathway to tattoo bliss. Book your appointment through Christopher Lane Tattoo's Instagram private messaging service for an exclusive bonus that only Guitar Guru listeners are eligible for. Follow Christopher Lane Tattoos on Instagram today. Yo, 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 Alban, let's talk site maintenance solutions with Cooper Construction.
Okay, great. Why are we outside?
I wanted you to see how Cooper Construction's handling my site with the installation of my new septic tank system.
Oh, I'm loving all this heavy equipment I'm seeing.
You need this kind of equipment for this type of work.
You say, do you?
Yeah, man. Cooper Constructions offers complete site solutions for septic tanks and mounds, lot clearing up to 3 acres, and most importantly, stormwater management.
Okay, let me get this straight. Cooper Construction offers site maintenance for lot clearing, septic systems, and stormwater management?
You are correct.
Does Cooper Construction have all the credentials needed for this type of work?
Yes, they do, my friend. Cooper Construction has over 20 years experience in the construction world.
How do we get a hold of them?
That's easy. Just dial 301-683-7766 and ask for a site visit today. Again, that number is 301-683-7766. Give them a call. You can also reach them on the web at buildwithcooper.com. Cooper Construction. From site to site, they will treat you right.
What's up, y'all? This is Sam Grow, and you're listening to the Southern Maryland Guitar Guru Show.
The Southern Maryland Guitar Gurus, the only guys that would do a live broadcast from Dog Patch. We see each other through different eyes.
Oh yeah, we're back from break. It's the Guitar Gurus with Dan and Dan. We're Southern Maryland's #1 choice for music talk radio. How you doing tonight, Mr. Alban, man?
I am awesome. Hey, did you guys know that we're Southern Maryland's #1 choice for music talk radio?
Yeah,
Of course you did, because Dan Harsh already told you.
that's right.
But you guys know that.
In the hole, man.
And we love you guys so much.
Yeah.
I get these moments where I just want to thank everybody who supports the show and listens in, and the artists that spend the time with us each week to come on and tell us their stories. That's what it's all about, man.
Right.
So we love it. I'm excited to always be here, and we love doing this. So thank you guys. That's how I feel right now.
Awesome,
I'm
dude.
feeling the happy, joy.
Well, dude, we're on the second half of the show. It's what we call featured guest time, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
This has been a long one in the making.
it has.
It really has. Hasn't, and I'm glad it's tonight.
Yeah.
So, episode 111, man, featured guest Justin Myles, 81 proof, Myles Entertainment, and a slew of other things. We're gonna get all into that in just a moment, but
Yep.
it's exciting to have him coming on the show. I believe I got the right phone number. I'm going to ask you to give me some soothing tones while I get it cranking, and we'll see what happens. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, man. We've been waiting a long time. We've had a lot of talks about getting this done, and we're getting it done tonight, everybody. So sit back, relax, pop a top, let the gurus take care of you. We got our featured guest on episode 111, Justin Myles, right here on the Southern Maryland Guitar Guru Show.
All right, dude, it's ringing. We're locking in the signal. We just need them to pick up. It's going to be awesome, dude. Super awesome. It all works out.
Hello.
Hey, Justin, it's Dan from the Guitar Gurus. You want to go on the air, buddy?
Yeah, heck yeah, bro.
Dude, we're in the studio. I got my co-host, Dan Alban, with me. Dan Alban, say hi to Justin Myles.
Justin, good evening, sir. How are you?
What's up, dude? It's so good to hear your voice actually in person, and I'm doing good, man. Dan's crazy, man. Dan's got that deep voice. He's got like a huge deep voice.
Well, he is the bass player, so it makes sense.
Well, yeah.
He's handling the low end.
Harsh is the great Wizard of Oz. I'm the ear candy on the show. It's a good balance of things, and we've been talking about getting you in here for quite a long time, and we ran into each other a couple months back and talked about it, so it's finally happening. We're so happy to have you here. This is great, so thank you for spending time with us.
Heck yeah, man. Thank you. Yeah, I've been waiting patiently my turn to come onto the show, and here we are. Yes, it's good. Yes, it's good. Yes.
It's so cool now to hear people telling me, man, it's so awesome to come on your show. Because when we first started doing the show, I was begging people to come on, and I couldn't get anybody.
Yeah.
Man, I couldn't wait, man. I listen to the show all the time, and I love what you guys are doing. I love that it's local. I love that you guys keep it local and just blow it up locally in the Southern Maryland light. And because a couple times I know you said that it was like there was no way to like get out there and really promote. Right. Especially with to just the local radio stations, they won't, not knocking on them, but they just don't keep that local music thing punchy as like I think they should. Right. So this is kind of like the next best thing, to get it out there with that radio vibe. I love it.
Yeah, man. Well, dude, I'm an avid talk radio guy. So there's many days on the Capitol Beltway listening to sports talk radio, going, why don't they have music talk radio? Why can't I hear about reporters calling in and telling me about what the Cure's doing, on tour right now? Like, report on music like they report on sports.
Right, exactly. Like, here's your weekend breakdown with the local music scene, bam, and then off it goes. But we got Lynn Aaron for that.
Yeah, that's right.
He's awesome.
He is awesome, man. He provides it every week, man. It's amazing how much work he puts in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call him, a couple of the local cats, like we call him the ambassador, Southern Maryland ambassador to music. Like he's just that ambassador. And if there was anybody that would be selected to be the ambassador to Southern Maryland music, we would have to definitely put him up as a candidate, like nominate him.
Yeah,
sure.
It would be unanimous. There wouldn't, no question about it. No question. Oh, we've had some intruders in the studio. Hold on. Our security guard is sleeping. Bernard, he's sleeping out front, man. I can already tell you.
Bernard?
Yeah.
Is it Bernard?
Okay. Yeah, it's Bernard.
Bernard Purdy.
No, yeah, exactly.
Bernard Purdy gonna do the Purdy shuffle for you.
He was shuffling himself to sleep and let people in. So he's fired.
Yeah. Anyway, dude, I'm excited to ask you this, man. I want to get this thing started, man, because I want to know about Justin, man. But, dude, I want your backstory. I want to know about yourself. When did you start playing music? Why do you love music? What makes music your thing? And why are we here tonight, man? So don't hold back, man. Like, tell your story to us. I'm genuinely curious to know what's up with Justin Myles.
Well, it was a really cold January 7th night, way back in 1981.
Nice.
No, true story. It was like, my mom tells the story. She's like, God damn it, it was really, really cold outside. It was like negative 20 or something like that when I was born. Born and raised up till about 7, 8 years old. I lived in College Park, Maryland. A little bit off of like Route 1, close to Berwyn Heights.
Okay.
Yeah, like Greenbelt, that type area. We moved down to Southern Maryland. I was about 8 years old. My mom had opened up a dance studio, literally on her carport. My dad and a bunch of his buddies got together and like literally like took the carport and rearranged it to like a one studio dance studio in the back was of a neighborhood off of Cathy Circle. I'll never forget this, Cathy Circle, and it was a cul-de-sac. So that definitely pissed off a lot of neighbors when there was a lot of tap dancing going on late at night.
Yeah.
Especially when the numbers got a little big. So I was always around dance growing up. I threw on my first pair of tap shoes when I was 3 years old. And so I was what they call in the dance world a studio baby. So I was always surrounded by music, pretty much all my life. And then slowly became like a just a full-time dancer at my mom's studio, and music being the transcendent music. First drum set, I'll never forget this. 7, 8 years old. Christmas morning, there was like this big like glob of like sheets hanging down next to the fireplace, and we're like, "What does this mean?" Brother, like, "Oh my God, what is that? What is this? Holy crap, what is this?" So finally, it came around to that present. Sure enough, it was a freaking drum set. It was a 1970s Swingalin drum set that God knows why I don't have it in my possession to this day. I should kill myself for that. But ended up playing drums at the age of 7. That's when I got a drumstick in my hand. And slowly down the road, I was kind of always balancing a little bit of like doing dance along with the music thing. I think at one point we all had like a Casio keyboard or a realistic keyboard that we would just like mess around with, just to be like, what does this do? What does that do?
I had a Casio.
Yeah, it plays green sleeves.
Did you have a Casio?
Yeah, dude, it was so awesome.
We all did.
Everybody had a Casio.
We're from the same age group, man. I think
Yeah.
we all did that.
Oh, 100%. And you just like, you hit that demo. I'll never forget the first time I hit that demo button. You know, they always had that demo button. You would hit it and it would just kick off a song.
Yeah, it was always green sleeves. I learned that. Yeah.
Dude, it's cool,
Yeah, if you
And then you hit that demo button with the drum fill. You would hit that fill and it would go like. You're like, cool. I love this thing.
They were badass.
Yeah. And so like just that, and then I think there was a guitar sitting around the house at some point. Never really messed around with it. Went to middle school, did the whole, still had dance always as a backbone. Did the chorus thing. As a matter of fact, when I went to middle school, Margaret Brent, that's when I first met Wes Rice. And so him and I became good, best friends at the time, hanging out at each other's houses all the time. Oh, you play drums? Yeah, so do I. Oh, word, that's what's up. So, we would always, call each other. I'd be like, hey, you want to come hang out at my house? You want to come hang out at your house? Hey, man, we're going to have stovetop at your house tonight, kind of thing. And then,
I caught that.
You caught that. I was like, yeah, stovetop, anybody?
Right.
So, we were both in chorus together, and then, transcended, high school chorus. Here's a fun story for you. I tried out for the 8th grade band and didn't make it. Crazy, right?
Slacker, you should have tried harder.
I should have tried harder. They wanted you to play, I don't know, everybody kind of went through this, I think, especially if you're kind of a drummer at first. I think a lot of guitar players mess around with drums, a lot of drummers mess around with guitars. It kind of just goes hand in hand a little bit. You just kind of dabble a little bit.
Yeah.
I think, when you're in, the educational confinement, they want you to learn, something other than drums first. They want you to learn, bells or, recorder.
Yeah.
Or something, because they want you to be able to read and stuff. So anyways, failed at that. it wasn't until my 10th grade year, the band director at Chopticon High School, Dr. Alan Freeman, he was like, hey, I don't know how, we met in the hallway or something. He was just like, hey, I know that you play drums. There's a jazz band. Would you be interested in trying out? And I was like, yeah, hell yeah. So he like, why don't you come? It was like a real quick exchange. He was just like, why don't you just come at during your lunch break and then we'll do an audition. And I was like, cool. Like when? He's like, today. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, anyways, long story short, get to the band room. I got lost on the way to the band room. He plays this like Latin song. It almost sounds like a rock song, but it was like boop, got boop, boop, got boop, boop. And I was like, bro, I'm gonna nail this. So I just like nailed the beat down. He was like, cool. He's got a pulse. You can do it. Let's go. So I made Chopticon Jazz Band 10th grade year, and then ended up doing like the marching band after that for 11th grade and 12th grade year. So needless to say, my drum chops got up to par. This is when I started to pick up the guitar full time. I had a rock band, like a high school rock band called Haze, Haze. Yeah, crazy name, right?
Nice.
And we would we would have band practice at my mom's house all the time, up in Helen, not too far away from Margaret Brent and Hill Store. And during breaks, I would walk over to my buddy's, John Banowitz was his name. There was also a guy named Brandon Dyson who played guitar, and Billy Harding who played bass, and my buddy Jeff Galzinis who was lead singer. I have to throw them guys props. But anyways, every time we were on a break, I would just walk over to the guitar and just like pick it up. Hey, can I play your? He had a Squire, but the thing sounded amazing. It sounded absolutely amazing. And I would always pick it up and I would just start messing around with chords. I'm like, cool, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? And slowly he's just like, okay, that's a G, that's an E, etc., yada yada yada, same old song. And then I don't know, I just ended up like getting a really cheap, I don't even know what the name of the guitar was. It might have been like a Carvel or something like that. I don't know if I'm making that up.
A Carvel.
And just started like messing around in the basement all the time. Yeah, Carvel maybe, or
Charvel.
Charvel. Jesus, yeah. Thank you. I stand
Carvel
corrected.
makes ice cream, motherfucker. Come on. I'm just
Fudgy the Whale.
I had to slip in a cuss word tonight. Sorry, I had to do it there.
It's okay. I was bound to. It's, you know, when you do post edit, you should just go and bleep it. It'll make it funnier.
No. That requires too much work, dude. we run it raw. We like our podcast. We like our sex raw.
Raw.
So I'm just joking,
raw.
dude.
I just want to hear Dan say. I want to hear Dan say raw. Like with this.
Yeah, raw.
Raw.
Coming this summer, raw.
See?
Coming soon.
There'll be action, adventure, desire.
Desire.
It'll be
Is
raw.
that Pablo Francisco?
Yeah, Pablo Francisco.
Oh man.
See?
Yeah, it's like
I'm a
it's
genius.
starring Morgan Freeman and Keanu Reeves. They knew too much. We know too much.
Just too much. They went too far. We went too far.
Exactly. You get it.
See?
I've never been
I
able to
love
do
it.
that and somebody actually knew what the fuck I was talking about.
See? Gump, I'm a genius.
I do that shit all the time.
All the time. We'll bust that. Me and Wes will bust it out.
Oh my god.
Matter of fact, we had a good laugh when him and I were down in Columbia doing a couple gigs, and the speed limit was 55. We were definitely doing 30 because not only was he crying, I was crying of laughter. We just ended up on this this like coming soon to DVD,
Right.
and just the fact that I said DVD, just Wes just pissed himself all over the Jeep. It was after a gig. We were tired. We were about to go eat Awful House, or Waffle House, as I call it. Waffle House.
Awful house.
I'm gonna go to Awful House and Groshen Shitty.
Blue Waffle House.
The Blue Awful House.
Yeah, I love that. Awful house. That's great.
Coming soon to DVD. Awful House. Raw.
Listen to my BVDs.
This is great.
Raw.
This is awesome.
That's it, man. That's it. So I mean, God, I got lost. I lost track. But no, just like high school band, always picking up the guitar. And that's when I really picked up the guitar and really started dabbling at it. And then that was like a cheap Charvel guitar. I think my brother's friend just ended up leaving at the house. Actually, now that I think about it,
that's even cooler.
Right.
Even cooler. Didn't know how to tune it worth a damn. And just I started to just go at it, man. And fun fact, I think one of the very first songs I learned, and if any guitar player out there, of course, it's a guitar show, people are gonna be like, "Let's hear it." It was Collective Soul December. Yeah, that's a goodie.
That was
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I was waiting for you to say it was Shine.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Shine, yep.
Come on.
Hey, I love the fact that you're just being out front with all this. This is great.
Yeah, I feel like I'm talking too much. I think I told you previously before.
You're on a podcast. There's no such thing.
Yeah, dude, this is what we do. Like I was telling my boss the other day, I said, I'm a professional talker. I'm communicating what you're throwing down. Trust me.
There you go. Yeah.
And I'll probably catch shit for this later, but don't worry about it. You're on episode 111 right now.
That's what's up. 111.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, triple
now,
one.
trust me.
What y'all know about the triple one?
Hey, if I'm
what y'all know about that triple
if
one?
I'm in PG County and I want a good laugh, I'll go in and tell them I want to pick 3 triple ones and I want it boxed. See? Exactly.
What
if you want a good laugh.
There you go.
What I'm getting at is there's been a couple of episodes in these 111 where we've had guests, and I won't mention who they are, who actually do the yeah.
I don't know what to say next.
I love all of you who did that, but
yeah, man, this is cool, dude.
Talk as much as you'd like.
Yeah, dude, you got good shtick.
We're gonna give you insider information that me and Dan Harsha talk about off the air. Where if we can find a guest that talks a lot, we don't have to do shit but sit here and listen and record it. You're helping us.
I'll put you guys to sleep real quick.
No, dude, I'm interested, dude. I think the whole Southern Maryland high school music scene I'm taking from the mid to late 90s, your era, had to be kind of unique because I left school early. I left in 94. So I don't have any of that in my record. So anytime I hear about that, I'm always curious about how it was. Am I hitting right? Was that the right time frame?
Yeah, it was like because I was about I graduated in 99.
Mid to late
so
90s.
Around things for me really started picking up around 97, 98, 99. Wes and I were still hanging out. Like Offspring was a big thing. This is like turn of the century. I say turn of the century. I don't know why, but it's like turn of the page, if you will, chapter wise. Like Fuel came out with Shimmer. Tonic dropped their album with If You Can Only See, like Open Up Your Eyes. Just the rest of the album is just absolutely dirty. It's great. It's amazing. Train came out with Meet Virginia. Like it was like an error, but we were still listening to like Spin Doctors, the Black Album, Metallica. Just a bunch of the goodies. Still trying to clock back to like the 70s and a little bit of 80s, but mostly the 70s with just some of the classic rock standards. Because at that point, the 70s was classic rock. Sure. And we played a lot of that in that high school band I was in, Hayes. And just continue to like learn and learn and learn. I think somewhere I have our live concerts on mini disc. I owned a mini disc recorder, and we used to just track like just left and right out of the soundboard, record to a mini disc.
That's so
and
awesome.
I think those are laying around somewhere. I gotta find a cheap mini disc. If anybody in Southern Maryland has a mini disc player they want to sell me, please inbox me. I'm gonna buy off you real quick.
Dude, that's so
I can
cool
just
you said that.
transfer some stuff over.
Dude, you're not gonna believe this. I was on the YouTube spiral the other day, and I wound up watching a guy review an old 99, early 2000 Sony computer that had a mini disc player in it.
No shit.
Yeah, dude. I was like, that's fucking. I can't believe it didn't take off. It was a great format. Got shit
It
on.
was. They threw it out there for a minute, and then they were like, "Oh, let's just kind of move on to the." I guess MP3s were like just really creeping up at the, and we all got the Winamp player, you know, and Winamp. It really whips the llama's ass.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Winamp. You don't even want to give it to your worst enemy. Poor Winamp.
I kind of miss Winamp. I liked it, man. It was like you could come up with your own little. It was like this is like pre-iTunes playlist, Spotify, all that stuff. Yeah, and then LimeWire, and we could go down the rabbit hole for sure with that one.
Dude, who didn't have pirated audio software from LimeWire in the early 2000s?
Right.
I mean,
people who lived in Accokeek like I did without any chance of having even dial-up because we barely had a rotary phone service.
You're getting on that dial-up so you can download that 5 megabit song. It's going to take you 25, 30 minutes.
I relied on my
song now.
Yeah, I relied on my friends to like burn me stuff.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, dude. Yeah, that's right. So MP3s came out, killed the mini disc.
Yeah.
Because the mini disc was cool, it was durable. See, that was the selling point.
Dude, you could fit it in like, if you had a flannel or like a button-down shirt or whatever, you could just like fit it in that small pocket and feel like the coolest person around.
Right.
Be like, cool, I got this right here. I'm just going to take it to my buddy. Here you go.
Dude,
made you a road trip. Made you a road trip disc, bro.
Here's my favorite 30 songs.
I just love that everything based in life for a guy is like, what's going to make me look cool? Everything.
I got a mini disc.
It's
What
like,
do you got?
No girl ever is going to be like, I dated this guy because he had the newest mini disc player ever.
Yeah, in his flannel shirt pocket. Oh my God.
But some guys like, nah.
He
dude,
was like Jim Morrison meets Brawny. He was so cool.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
fun, man.
Everything a guy does is based off what's cool, man.
Exactly, man. You trying to get,
Dude, I
you trying to be that toilet seat, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm trying to be that toilet seat. Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I went there. I'm sorry, guys.
That's funny. I love it.
I'm excited.
So, dude, did you make it out of high school without fathering a child?
Without fathering a child?
Yeah.
Tough question.
Man, I was so ugly. I was stuck in the basement just playing instruments all day. So I think that's one of the reasons why I'm multifaceted. I didn't have anything else to do but dance and music. So it was just like I was playing the drums all the time. Shortly ended up, my buddy Billy Harding left his bass at my house. So I was like, oh, what is this? It's like a guitar but with 4 strings. Yeah. And I just started like playing that thing. Stuck with the Collective Soul style and just started learning all the bass lines.
Nice.
And then I think I started like picking up like some the Dave Matthews Band album Crash came out like in 96, 97 era or something like that. So I just started like, I really love this style. That's when I fell in love with like the Dave Matthews Band a lot. I pull a lot of influence from these guys. So not only was I like, I was like, I made it I don't know, I think I made it like a challenge to myself to be like, cool. There was a song called 41 that was on that Crash album.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really loved the drum beat. I was like all of 15, 16, couldn't even drive, so I couldn't go anywhere. So I was like, let me try to knock down these drum beats. And just tried my best to sound like Carter Buford, never. And then I was like, cool, that bass line's pretty wicked too. Let me teach myself the bass line. I mean, we're not talking overnight, but we're talking like a few practices, go in, really go for it. And then I think shortly after that, maybe a few years later, that's when I was like, oh, you know what? I've never learned this song on guitar. And it's not complicated, but the way Dave Matthews plays guitar is kind of weird and abstract, and just it's completely unique. But he does a lot of weird fingering, kind of to the guitar. And it's just, I mean, I think I studied his hand. I would watch like interviews. There was like particularly one interview he did on AOL when AOL used to do AOL sessions. I don't know if they do it anymore. But he played a song. He played a song called "The Stone," and I just remember watching the way his fingers just danced across the fretboard, and I was just absolutely infatuated with it. So I I sat down and slowed it down. I think you and I previously talked about that at some point. We were just talking about like learning songs, I slowed down the video on QuickTime or whatever, and I was like, cool, this is where he's going with it. I'm jumping off subject, but you just kind of like really dove into his style, and that
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, learning that and learning satellite with the ninth stretches on the guitar really built up my left hand chops, if that makes sense. Like just doing that stretch across the fretboard because of that song. Roxanne's another one too. Roxanne has those like doodle daddles. So he like that kind of stuff. Like really, it wasn't until like later a buddy of mine that actually teaches. It might have been Josh Earhart or someone who was like, yeah, that's actually a good exercise. And I was like, oh no shit. And he was like, yeah, man, it's actually, you didn't know it, but unbeknownst to yourself, you were actually teaching yourself some really dope, rad exercises to do on guitar.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. Well, I'm glad that worked out in my favor.
I love it, dude. I can stretch from the 2nd fret to the 7th fret, and fret and make a note, a legitimate note.
There you go.
That's as
Bang,
far
bang.
as that's as far as I can go. I'm limited by my hand at that point. My fingers are only so long.
And I think, did I answer your question? I did not father a child. I do not have a child.
I definitely answered that
You
question.
answered that question by telling us about learning all those songs. Because if
Yeah.
you did, you wouldn't have learned
yeah,
all
that's
those
what it was.
songs.
Yeah,
That's all
I
it took.
couldn't because I was stuck in the basement.
Yeah, but
Because, yeah.
the reason I asked that is I'm coming back. I'm gonna follow it up with, see, kids, always trying to be cool by getting into music, thinking you're gonna get laid. Not the truth. So
Not
there it is.
the truth. Not for me.
Not the truth.
I think at some point in college, I think in college years, I had a band in college shortly after.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let me, I think this might, maybe I can pick out some chicks this way.
Right.
And I think it kind of worked a little bit, but then it kind of didn't. It kind of worked, but it just kind of like wavered a little bit.
Yeah. It usually never works out.
They want to be with the drummer. That's it, so.
Jeez. Oh man, this is good. This is cool stuff, man. So, did your mom owning a dance studio help you take your career to the next step more so than leaving the county? Because you left the area and you're recently just back in the area, correct?
Correct. Yeah. 100%. Her owning the dance studio, being obviously a part of the family, was a staple. It was a milestone for sure because I was always around it. I was always assisting. I was running sound for her dance recitals.
Oh wow!
At the ripe age of 13, like maybe even before that. And like her putting that trust into like her teenage son to run sound at a major dance recital event for her was like a big deal for her. It was also a big responsibility for me.
Did you feel cool doing it?
I felt super cool, man. I thought it was like the coolest. I used to get so like revved up, like super. I can remember staying up all night, and so all the dance. Fun fact: all the dance teachers at the studio. This is like 1990, probably 3 or 94 is when I started doing sound for her dance recitals.
Right.
And she's about 6 or 7 years in at this point. Fun fact: all the dance teachers were running cassettes. So they would cut their music ahead of time. How they did it, I don't know. They would give cassettes. They would hand in a box full of cassette tapes. Here's this class. Here's this class. Here's this class's routine. Here's this class's music. Blah blah blah. It's like a 3-hour recital, right? So I would stay up all night the night before dress rehearsal, and with the mini disc player, transfer the tape to mini disc, and just sit there and just listen to every track. Maybe make a couple adjustments on the EQ. Run it to the board, and then going to the mini disc, and have everything organized onto the mini disc. So I was making essentially, a CD or a mini disc, a playlist of like the Friday show, the Saturday show, matinee, and the Saturday night show. So I would have like 3 discs labeled per show, what was going on.
Dude, that geeks me
and I
out,
just
man.
stayed up all night doing that, and I loved every second of it. How I got away with it, I don't know, but it was super freaking fun. and I ran. Here's another fun fact for you. Ran the recital with 2 old school PV 115s with a PV head, like one of those old school like 4-channel PV headstocks with like a 6-channel EQ on the right side of it that you would like fade up and down. The knobs were like as big as your face.
Yeah, but dude, them old school PVs were like, dude, if they turned on, they worked.
They thumped.
I mean, they're tanks,
at like the
dude.
Leonardtown High School auditorium. They gave some truth, man. I was kind of impressed. I'm looking back and like, damn, that was a run.
Dude, PV, dude, the problem, I always said this with PV, and I even got to meet Hartley. I said, dude, love you to death, but you had to update your logo over the years, and they refused to do it, and that was the downfall. I'm sorry.
Oh, with the crazy like diagonals,
I mean, it was cool when it first started, but he never adapted to the times. He never updated the look. And dude, you know how it is with music, man. Look sells. I mean, the look sells. I mean, I love there's certain PV equipment I love, man, but that dorky ass logo makes me not buy it. A lot of the times, not. I mean, dude, I'm being real, dude. I'm being superficial. It might sound cheesy, but the downfall PV was not updating their logo and keeping current with good-looking product and reliable product, because their entry-level amps are garbage. I do know that. So
it's funny, man. They make some top-of-the-line stuff, and they make some, what do you call, like a budgety kind of.
Dude. At the bottom, it's terrible. Stay away.
I'm gonna end up getting like a bunch of PV on my Instagram feed. I'm gonna end up getting like a bunch of PV advertisements now, because we're talking about it. That was that. I mean, I felt cool running the recital, doing that, and then shortly after that, I went to college. Like you said, kind of fast forwarding a little bit. Kept the music thing going through college. I had a band, and while I was there, I went to college in Pittsburgh. Not at Pitt State, but I went to a small conservatory for the arts. And this is probably going to shock a lot of people, but I actually went there for dance. But I still played music on the side. I had a band called The Original Plan. A guy named Joe Pipitone on drums. Our buddy Brandon Dyson, that was actually an original member of Hayes, would drive up and play bass. So he would commute up back and forth from the University of Maryland to play bass with us when we had gigs, probably once a month for like a whole year. It was kind of rad. And then a really good buddy of mine that I still keep in touch with today, Michael Waddell. He lives up in like Elton now, I think, or something around that area. He's gonna shoot me because he's like, no. But he moved up to Pittsburgh, didn't go to school with us. He went there for a little bit, but decided to just like hang out and become like a roommate. And I think the poor guy, he worked at Panera on the side just to like pay the bills. And then we did the music thing, and then I played guitar. There was a 4-piece band. We were called The Original Plan. We played a lot of original music. And then shortly after that, that kind of faded out after we all kind of graduated, kind of went our separate ways. I ended up landing because of dance was a strong thing for me, I ended up landing a Disney cruise ship as a dance captain and a singer. So yeah, your boy was working for Disney for 9 months going, it's a magical day.
Dude, that's awesome. That's actually really rad, man.
It was fun, man. I mean, it was a tough gig. You're working long hours. You're getting a little bit of sleep when you can. Thank God I didn't have like ship duties. A lot of people that work for cruise ships, not only they're going to work like a normal like shift, they're going to, or like a dance gig or whatever, or bartenders, they'll have like ship duties where they have to actually go work another job somewhere on the ship just to make ends meet. But did that for a little bit, and then shortly after that was 2005. I ended up like coming home for a little bit, like lily padding from that to my mom's house, and I'll never forget Backstage Magazine, which is it's like a magazine for like auditions and like open calls for anybody, musicians, actors, dancers. LA based, New York based, Chicago based. It was a small I'm talking, you could fit it in the palm of your hand. There was a cutout that my mom was like, "Hey, I left you something on the table. I think you might like it." She took off. She went to go teach, and I looked at it, and it said, "Open call for Stomp, seeking drummers who can move, and then dancers who can drum." And I just like the hair on the back of my neck stood up because I've always wanted to be in Stomp. Right. Fast forward a little bit, went and auditioned in January of 2016. I just packed a bag. I packed my guitar, my acoustic guitar at the time. I packed a bag. I had like my freaking old school lead top and a book bag. I just jumped on an Amtrak train and stayed with a buddy of mine, two buddies of mine in New York City. They lived in Queens. They were like, "Yeah, you can come crash on our couch." I was like, "I'm gonna go audition for the show. If I don't make it, I'll schlep it on the couch and I'll just go audition for other shows. I'll give myself 6 months." I had a little bit of cash saved up from the cruise ship.
Right.
And so, anyways, I auditioned for Stomp. Out of 1,000 people, made it. I made it out of 1,000 people, and they workshopped us for like 6 weeks. Made another cut from 11 people to down to like 7 people. And I'll never forget when I got called in after the workshop. Luke Cresswell and Steve McNicholson, who like are the owners and CEOs of Stomp, were like, "Hey, how do you feel if you would? How do you feel about going on tour with the show?" And I'll never forget. I was sitting on the edge of the Orpheum stage there in New York City, in East Village, that is, on 2nd Avenue and 8th Street. I was sitting on the Orpheum stage. They were sitting in the audience, little ass theater house, and they were like, "How do you feel about going on tour with Stomp?" And I freaking like, didn't know how, but I jumped up onto the stage and I did like a cartwheel and like did like a round-off back handspring, and they were like, "Well, they're like, don't go hurting yourself, mate." Like, you know, like, I was so damn excited to hear them say that. It was probably the go-all-be-all highlight of my life to be able to hear, "How do you feel about going on the road with Stomp?" Because it was one of those shows that I just, man, because there's drumming in it, there's this like musicality, there's a little bit of movement, and that was probably like the biggest freaking go-all-be-all, like holy shit, of my life. And other than that, getting Tap Dogs as well. There was another show called Tap Dogs. It's very similar to Stomp, but that's kind of like where things just kind of like started to really like pick up like speed for me as far as that goes.
Dude, that's one of the raddest stories, if not the raddest stories ever to be on our show.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Dude,
it was very humbling to be like a part of that show for 7 years.
I'm just sitting here and going, dude, like you lived a Hollywood movie and you haven't even reached 45 yet. I mean, dude, like, these are your years, dude. You can do whatever, man. That's awesome.
Right.
I mean, dude.
I think I was 25 when I got that gig, and did it up till about 31.
I mean, dude,
yeah,
dude.
It was fun, man, and it was really humbling. The really most humbling part of it was being able to travel a little bit, and see the country.
Yeah.
And we did Canada, and we also did South America.
Oh, wow.
For a little bit. So like São Paulo, Bahia, Brasilia.
So what's
man, it was just super fun, man.
We'll keep it brief. What's the scariest spot in South America you were in?
The scariest part?
Or is it all hype?
You know what? My buddy Mario Valdo, who's also in Stomp, he's from São Paulo, Bahia, actually, and that's where they have like Carnival and stuff. They have Carnival in São Paulo, and then they also have it in Rio. Right. So he pulled us down during Carnival to do one of his things he has, which is also affiliated with Stomp, called Quabales, where they do like outreach to local children that are in the favelas, which is kind of like low income, not like kind of like the hood. We would call it the hood up here, but like take a gun, a weapon out of the kid's hand and put a drumstick in their hand, kind of outreach program.
Right.
Quabales. It's really cool. You can actually look it up on Instagram. Quabales. And so that was it wasn't scary, but it was like humbling to be a part of. We're talking about kids that don't have a lot of money. Parents don't have a lot of money, but they let them go to this workshop to work with Mario Waldo and the affiliation of Stomp, like myself, my best friend Alex Simon, Ryan Johnson, a bunch of other guys that were a part of Stomp that flew down because of Mario Waldo, flew us down on his dime to be a part of this program. And so we would teach the kids like some Stomp stuff. You know, we were doing broomsticks, trash cans mostly, and that was super humbling. So yes, it wasn't the ghetto. Yes, it was kind of scary, but at the same time, when you're a part of it and you are with them and you're with the kids and you kind of meet their parents too, you're just like, wow, you definitely come back to America, especially like coming back here with a super huge, warm, filled heart of just, damn, I get to like chill on my chill on my porch with tiki torches and drink a Bud Light or a whiskey and think about those kids that you were just working with down in South America who were like, you know, trying to get day by day just to eat something.
Yeah.
But the look on their faces was so dope when they got to play alongside you. And when you perform, we put on a show. We put actually in front of like thousands of people. There's like festivals and stuff, and Corbales is playing. And it's kind of Stompish, but it's like Corbales, so it's kind of mixed together. It's a fusion of both groups together. And the look on these kids' faces, man, when they're performing, is just absolutely stellar. The fact that we get to inspire them, and hopefully they get older and they can do the next thing. They can teach the next generation some really cool stuff and some really cool rhythms. It's awesome, man.
That's sweet, dude. Man.
Yeah, man. And we did a couple of those things in America too. Like there was a couple times that we did like Stomp Out Hunger, like in Chicago, Austin, LA, Chicago. I already said Chicago, but we, you know, sometimes we do it in New York City. Stomp does a lot of really cool things with like community, which is really cool. I really appreciate that about Stomp. It's just not a multi-million-dollar show that just tours around and just bangs on trash cans for a living, dressed with thumbs. You know, they do some outreach stuff, which is really, really freaking awesome. So it was another cog in the wheel to be like, cool. Not only am I living my dream, I'm also giving back a lot too. And we did some Make-A-Wish foundations too. It's actually the first time that I was able to be a part of a Make-A-Wish foundation for like a dying kid's. I hate to say it, but a dying kid's wish to have Stomp come to their house and perform in their backyard. It's just like, who gets to say that every day? You know what I mean? It was just freaking awesome, man. Yeah.
Good for you,
freaking
man.
Awesome.
That's beautiful, man.
That's cool.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Well,
You can't trade that in. You can't trade that in for anything.
Dude, hearing all that stuff is awesome. And we're gonna get in the weeds. We could go for hours because this is just good. This is good talk radio right here. But I gotta get it back on schedule just a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
So, dude,
yeah, sorry, I know I'm talking your ears off.
No,
is Dan still awake?
He's there. He's drinking beers and. So, but hey, you're playing this Friday with Wes Rice, 81 Proof, Port Tobacco Marina. Are you looking forward to this show?
Absolutely, man. Me and Wes decided to. I know Wes was on a couple episodes ago, and he broke down the whole scenario. But yeah, him and I, he actually plucked me out of thin air, man. He was just like, "Hey, you want to come play with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And it ended up being like playing a djembe. Ended up being what we do now. Fast forward, 2 guitars, 2 guys with a mic, and our 81 Proof kit that we play on, and we are just having so much fun and so much time in our life. I know you've seen us at Toots and everything. Port Tobacco is really fun, a really welcoming crowd. Yeah, we'll be there 6 to 10 actually outside on Friday, and then 2 weeks from then, we're actually also playing back at Port Tobacco on the 3rd of September.
Oh, sweet.
That's real cool.
Yeah.
Real cool.
I'm going to have to come down and check it out. It's close to home for me. So.
There you go. Yeah, Charles County, right there.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, I know, dude. I can hear them crickets. I can hear them.
Do I need to bring a bass with me when I show up?
There you go.
Just kidding.
Man, bring that bass and plug it in.
Hey, man, there people just jump up on stage all the time around here. It's crazy how that works.
It's funny. It's funny that you bring that up because the last time we played Port Tobacco, and I'm not going to name any names, but so him and I play, we play as frontmen together, both kind of like taking the lead. He takes the lead. I take the lead. Whatever song I don't know, he does. You know, and vice versa. He'll jump on drums, and then I'll jump on drums, and we're just always banking off each other. We're always bouncing out. It's fun. It's absolutely super dope. So sometimes the 81 kit, Proof, we call it the 81 kit.
Right.
Is sitting behind us, and some guy was like, he gave me a look. You know when you're playing music and some guy just gives you a look like, hey, and you just kind of give him like a, hey, what's up? You just kind of like nod your head and you smile.
Yeah,
He took that as an invite to jump up on the drum kit. So he jumps up on the drum kit and starts playing. I don't know what song it was, but so Wes and I have this dirty rule that if someone jumps up on the drum kit, we look at each other, we go, yeah, now it's time, and we go, all right, give it up for our guest on the drums. He's gonna take a drum solo. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we both like step off the stage and just let that person go at it. Because if you were invited on stage and you ended up playing drums, we're gonna be like, cool, go ahead, take it. And you got two choices. You're gonna like bury yourself, or you're gonna rip it and be like the awesomest dude in that joint. And needless to say, not being pessimistic, this guy didn't really take a drum solo. I don't even know if he can chew gum and walk at the same time.
Yeah. Sounds like a real son of a bitch.
He learned real quick. It was like, ugh. I don't know. I mean, there's that whole like invite yourself up on stage or get invited up on stage talk. That's just kind of like, it's a little bit of a kind of a pet peeve of mine. Like just, like I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like if somebody wants to come up on stage or, God, now I'm sounding like a dick.
I don't know, dude. When I go to a show, since I'm in the community, I'm into it. When I go to a show, the last thing I want to do is get on stage and perform. I'm there to get entertained.
Yeah.
I mean, that's me.
Yeah.
Though. I mean, that's me, though.
Yeah, the last time I saw you guys a couple months ago at Toots, West asked me if I wanted to do something.
Yeah, we were like, come up.
So I got up there, and as soon as I got up there, I got Justin on my right, and he steps away from the microphone and he goes, "You're a dick."
See?
I was like, "Damn, I don't want to be here."
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, Rob Blake was there too. He got up and played a couple songs too. Gunny D was there. Gunny played a couple songs. Like that's something we love to do, man. That's one of my enjoyments. Like when we play live music, and we're somewhere, and like you're there and Dan's there, and like Gunny's there, or like Rob Blake shows up, McNutt. I mean, God, I can go on and on. Will Benthal, like anybody, Jeebus, we just like, hey, come up and play a song. Like you're just. Anybody who knows me, they know that they're not going to be able to walk out of there without at least joining up for something.
Exactly.
You know, Rob Cord, I get him up all the time. I'm missing some people, but just, everybody that gets up. And that's something that I love to do.
I'm gonna wrap gauze on my fingers when I come to your shows. Hey, dude, I burnt my shit up. I can't play.
Stop.
No, you guys.
I'm like, you can still sing though, right? Get up on that microphone, boy.
Yeah, I'll be up there going. I do talk radio. I'll get into character.
You guys are 100% gracious when you guys have a gig about, pulling people up and having a good time. But there is
we really enjoy it.
Yeah, it shows, and I enjoy watching that. And I'm gonna come check you guys out, man.
Yeah, boy. Next time you come out. Just know, I think it's the reason why some people don't come to our show because they know they're gonna get called out. So they're like, no, I'm not gonna go. They're gonna call me up on stage, but I'm like, no, man, come on, man, come on up.
People
Everyone loves that shit.
Dude, hold on. In Southern Maryland, everybody likes a good day off. Don't get me wrong.
That's true. That's true.
Come on, man. Dude, there's nothing better than going to a show that's not yours. You're there to have fun and not have to worry about, is the gear right? Is this shit right? Where's the guy? Where's my drummer at? Shit's going crazy. Everybody wants to say hi. Oh my God,
I'm there with you, bro.
Yeah, dude,
I'm there with you.
When you're at a show, dude, you're like, yeah, man, this is kind of cool. I don't have a fucking care in the world. I wonder if they got a problem. And then when every show I'm at, it seems like it's the smoothest operation ever. right? And I go, damn, I want that for mine. And then, I don't know, man. I just there and enjoy myself.
That's what it's all about.
There you go.
Yeah, because I don't want to get up there and get stuck with a drum solo. Shit.
Well, that's only if you just walk up and just start playing by yourself, because you aren't invited.
Uninvited, weirdo looking. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It's like, and I hope I don't sound like an asshole, but I'm like, okay, like if you're gonna walk up on stage and you're gonna like just start singing, then we're gonna be like, cool, I don't know, take it, go, like solo. You know what I mean? My favorite thing is when, because I tap dance at the shows, and I think this actually happened the night you were there at Toots. Some lady from out of town, she was from Pennsylvania. I was doing a drum solo, and or a tap solo. Sorry, I was just like doing my thing, and in front of everybody, she stands like. It's one thing if you're like 20 feet away, just kind of acting like you can tap dance, but she was literally like a foot away from me, like in my face while I was tap dancing. And then she was like, she pointed to the tap board. She was like, I want to do that. And I was like, all right, well, come on up, girl. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. So I invited her up, and I was like, oh, take it. You want some, get some, girl. So she started like, I was like, ladies and gentlemen, boom, Tara, whatever her name is, Sarah, Karen, I don't know. And then she, I was trying to give her a tap lesson in front of like the whole Toots bar.
Right. Exactly. Isn't that just weird, man?
Dude,
it's so strange. It's like when we were hosting Rocktoberfest.
True.
And we're doing the thing. We got the whole thing set up, man. We've been interviewing people all day. And God bless this kid, man. And like you said, I'm not trying to sound like an ass.
Right.
But this kid was great. He kept walking by, and he finally looked over at me and he goes, hey, I want to try this. I'm like, this isn't a carnival ride. Like,
right?
I want to try this. It's like, that's not how this works, man. I don't want to discourage you from something that could be potentially part of your future. But at the same time, this isn't like, hey, Dad, give me 6 tickets so I can whack a mole and get a stuffed monkey or something,
That's funny because that's exactly kind of what it
feels like a carnival.
I guess we're kind of talking about pet peeves a little bit at live shows, and I know that I speak for every musician in Southern Maryland 100%, including yourselves, when it comes to like, that's the perfect analogy and depiction of it. It's like, do you think this is a carnival ride? Like,
right.
Okay, let me see your 10 tickets. Okay, you can ride.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to say when I was younger and I got around instruments, I didn't get excited and make a fool of myself and ask unnecessary questions, because I certainly did. But,
ditto.
but I'm not 35 to 45 going to shows, bum rushing the stage, trying to play songs with people I don't know. I mean, that's not me.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's one thing if you can really, if it's like you and Dan who can actually play guitar, or like play an instrument, or play drums, or play something, play bass. But it's another thing if you're just like, I don't know, like the other day, me and Wes played at Tap House.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill me for saying this. We played at Tap House, and this girl during the break was like, I'm not gonna name her name, but she was like, hey, it's my birthday. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. It's your birthday. Right on. What's your name? She told me her name. I was like, cool. And she was like, I want to sing with y'all. I was like, oh, really? I was like, cool. All right. I'm being really nice. I'm like, cool. Can you sing? That's the second thing out of my mouth is like, can you sing? And she's like, yeah, I can sing. I do like competitions all the time. Literally, she said I can do singing competitions all the time. What singing competitions I don't do. So she was like, can I sing Respect by Aretha Franklin? I was like, yeah, that's cool. We got you. Aretha Franklin, boom. Get it up on stage. Hey, Tap House, this is such and such. It's her birthday. We all sing happy birthday. And we're like, she wants to sing a song. Here she goes. I was like, girl, it's your moment. Dog, I don't know what she was thinking. I thought she was going to come out swinging like, boom. What you want, bump? Baby, I got it. No, it was like, but what you want, baby, I got it. Oh, Lord, man, Jim, oh, Jesus. Let me go there. Respect, R-S-B-C-T. Let's go. Yeah, all right. I was like, wow.
She sang it.
I know exactly where you're coming from.
She sang it like she was listening to the CD in her car.
I don't know
Man,
what
she
that
was singing it like she had a vinyl on 33 speed that was accidentally put on 75.
No,
Wow.
I know, but no, think about it. She sang it like she was, like, sometimes when I listen to music, I don't go verbatim. I'm like just jamming along, just doing different things. She legitimately got up there and did that. That's the greatest shit ever, dude. So the Tap House has the crazy singer, and Port Tobacco Marina has the drummerless drummer. Wow. Dude, you've seen it
Just
all around
moments,
here.
just moments in time. That's all they are. And we love. In the moment, it might get slightly frustrating, but at the same time, it's something that we love to talk about. If we're just in the car, right, or if I see you guys and we're like, hey, you'll never believe what happened last week, and it's just it becomes small talk. It doesn't, like, by all means, it doesn't grind our gears. It doesn't, like, ruffle our feathers. But man, it's just something we can just talk about. Because it's just like, if you're going to burn yourself, you're going to burn yourself. And we try our best to be as supportive as possible, but sometimes, it's just like, okay.
Well,
all right, well, what are we going to do now?
My theory's always been this. If you really want to do this and you really think you can do this, book your own gig.
100%, bro.
Book your own gig. That's
100%.
Dude,
I'm with you on that.
Dude, maybe the thing is this. Maybe we've tapped into something. Maybe we should turn it into a carnival ride. We go and book a 4-hour block at a bar, set up instruments, and as patrons come in, they can pay $5 to play a song.
Nice.
Yep. Do like a karaoke, live karaoke band. Be like, all right.
I mean, dude, bring a bunch of squires. Don't go crazy. Bring a bunch of squires. Oh, dude, that's the gimmick. You bring a bunch of squires.
Bring the PD speakers.
Yep.
Bring the PD speakers.
Right. And then some straight up.
Pre 93's PD speakers.
Dude, straight up solid state amps from the early 90s with no
solid state amps. You gotta reel in the old racks with like the amps in it. It takes like 3 guys to like wheel that thing across the bar because it weighs like 300 pounds.
It's like
do the whole line. Car cans.
Yeah, just the most harshest tones.
Some Kramer Striker guitars, and basses and stuff. Maybe like a Hondo bass.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the way this shit works in this area,
It'd be fucking fun to do.
Dude, you'd be making all the money. People be lining up to fucking live their dream out for 5 minutes.
Some guy my age that I know is walking around with his wife going, I want to try that. I'm going to try this. Give me $5.
You know, they would do it.
I want to go. I want to go play this song.
That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Dude,
people would do it. They would jump on that in a heartbeat. They would jump on that live karaoke band joint in a heartbeat.
That's a brilliant idea. Brilliant idea.
Yeah, because you're playing the song along, so if they fuck up, no one really. The song still plays.
It's like rock and roll fantasy camp, Charles County Fairground style.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love the fact that you got to make them pay to do it, though.
Of
I know
course.
people would do it, but
Well, yeah. The squires don't pay for themselves.
Yeah, dude.
this gas isn't free, bro.
Yeah, I'm putting shit ass Fender bullet strings on them too. So just set them up and make them sound real shitty.
There you go.
Just like old school carnival games were rigged to make you lose. We're gonna rig it so they can't sound good ever, even if they looked at the
See, yeah, you can't go there.
Yeah, it's a joke, dude.
We know. We're just like,
But that's the gimmick.
And all the guitar players say,
But because real guitar players wouldn't be showing up to pay $5 to do it.
No, they'd be showing up just to watch it all happen.
Exactly.
And it's fun.
Bro,
I
would show up to watch that happen.
Dude, because
I'd put 5 tickets in to do something I've never tried to do before. It'd be fun. I don't give a shit.
It would be fun. I think we're on this. I think you guys need to start something up. I think you need to start the live karaoke.
Yeah, that's just too
band
much work.
thing.
Yeah, too much. Dude, we're cool and everything, but we are lazy. Don't.
Oh yeah.
Don't get me wrong, dude. I'm fucking lazy.
Put that on the bumper sticker.
It's why we started this podcast, man.
It's the greatest bumper sticker ever. The Southern Maryland Guitar Gurus. We're cool, but we're lazy.
We're cool. It's not going to be the new logo. Southern Maryland Guitar Gurus, man. We're cool, but we're lazy.
But we're lazy.
Yeah, dude.
But we're lazy. Coming soon to DVD.
Exactly. There's no shame in our game, dude.
Hell no, man. Hell no.
Dude, I have bad respect for all the legitimate musicians out there that grind it out and play. Y'all are doing a service, seriously, on a serious note. It's a talent, man. Look, I play guitar, I play bass, I don't play drums, and I can't sing. I don't try to pretend that I can. I use drum machines. I don't even try to sing because I don't have the time invested to even try. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've analyzed, I'm in my 40s, man, we worked for 10 years to learn how to sing to do a shitty demo. I'm good not singing. You know what I'm saying? I'm good not learning to sing, right? Same with the drum thing. I would love to learn to play drums, but I just don't have the room for the gear. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm saying I play guitar, do my thing, but dude, I got mad respect. He's like, dude, I dance, I play drums, I do guitar, I sing. I'm like, fuck, man. I mean, dude, I sell shingles and I play guitar. You know, I mean, fuck, man.
There you go.
I mean, Justin does it all. He's got his hands in many irons in the fire, as they say.
It's just hell of impressive, man. It's like just impressive. That's all. That's what I'm saying.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I don't know, man. I love music. I love music to the nth degree. It's purely in my DNA since the day I was born. I think it has something to do with the fact that my mom tap danced with me up until the day I was born. Literally 9 months, she was still teaching class and doing tap dance, and literally was like teaching class and was like, ladies, I should go. He's about to come out. And went to the hospital, and that was it. So I think it has something to do with that. I really do.
That's that casual 70s, early 80s attitude about women, man. They're like, yeah, we'll get there. We'll do it.
Yeah, just ripping it. Mama Grace just ripped right through it and was like, oh, he's on the way. Here we go.
It reminds me of that T-Rex song. About him dancing right out of the womb.
There you go.
That's you, man.
Yeah, dude.
There it is. Man, you calling me a T-Rex?
He said, "Is it strange to dance so soon? I danced myself right out of the womb." That's you, man. You were just born for it.
Don't lose your dinosaur.
Don't lose my dinosaur.
All right, nice reference there.
Hey.
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, man.
I like it. I like it too. I got it too.
It's time to let go of childish things.
No, don't lose your dinosaur, you son of a bitch.
Man, don't lose your dinosaur.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer. All
right, dude. This has been awesome. We hit it all home runs. I pretty much know your gear now. I mean, unless you got some hidden gear you're not telling us about, right?
Well, I mean, the thing is, so I got two little things. I got two projects that balance out. I do, obviously, I do the solo gig when I can by myself, and I gotta say, I gotta throw some props out to Wes Rice, because he was like, we picked up a few gigs doing the duo thing together, and it wasn't until later, probably like 5 months down the road, that we came up with 81 Proof. The name. We were just kind of doing like the Wes and Myles thing for a while.
Right.
And he, through conversations on the phone, he was like, hey, listen, man, you got to do your own thing too. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, nothing's going to stop you from getting out there doing your solo stuff too. And he actually threw me a lot of, a couple of things. He was like, hey, Sense and Touch wants to solo gig, can you do this? And I was like, yeah, sure, blah, blah, blah. So he, we did the duo thing for a long time. He was like, bro, you gotta do your solo thing for a while. So with the acoustic duo or by myself, I used to play a Taylor. Finally, the guys that are listening are like, finally, they're gonna talk about guitars. I played for the longest time, for about 15, 16 years, I had a Taylor 310 Cutaway, and I loved the shit out of that thing. I dubbed it, along with my buddy Mo Owens, who set it up and did the recent setup with it.
Yeah.
He was like, man, you got to give her a name, and I was like, Amelia Earhart. And then we kind of took it a step further, because we named it Amelia Earhart because he was like, well, you've been all over the world with it. That thing traveled with me everywhere I went. It went with me to South America. It went with me on, to Canada, South Africa, Germany, UK. I never toured without that thing. Even if I was doing a drum gig or a dance gig, that sucker came with me everywhere I went.
Nice.
She got a couple bruises along the way. I had a guy fix it up in Vegas when I was living up there for a while. He put like a half spruce top on it, along with the Koa top that was on it. So she's kind of like now like a fusion hybrid of just like a bunch of different, like kind of like a Frankenstein, if you will, like just kind of like all these like body parts that were just kind of thrown together to make her just really come back to life.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna call her Amelia Stein at the moment.
Nice.
But now she is. There was a gig that we played at Hill Store. Speaking of Vinny, me and Wes were playing a gig. For some reason, the electronics on it just, even with fresh babies, I think she started to show her age. She was like, man, I don't know if I can do it tonight, Justin. She just didn't want to work. The electronics didn't want to work. And I'm checking cables and everything, and it just ended up coming down to, like, the express and pickups and the Taylor just weren't kicking it as they usually do. Vinny was there, and I leaned over him. He was like, what's going on, Bubba? And I was like, my guitar died. He looked at me, without even a blink of an eye. He's like, I'll be back in 10 minutes. So he hits the road. I end up hitting the drum kit for like 10, 15 minutes. He comes back, he brings his Fender. I end up playing the Fender for the rest of the night. I fell in love with this Fender. I was like, hey, you want to sell this to me? And he was like, no. I was like, damn it. So with a lot of research, and about a month later, I ended up going to Island Music. Jack McNutt ended up selling me, you're going to be surprised when I say this, but I played every guitar in that showroom. I played a Taylor, I played a Fender, I played Ibanez. I ended up walking away with an Alvarez Artist Elite guitar. I absolutely love everything about it. I think it's built for what I'm doing, for like acoustic shows. I wouldn't necessarily track with it, like acoustically as far as the microphone goes. I can still use the Taylor for that. But as far as live shows go, the LR Bags pickups in that Alvarez are just absolutely fucking ripping. They rip so hard for live shows. So that's what I'm using as far as the like acoustic shows go. I freaking love everything about it. So I love the fact that Jack was like, hey, I think this one's gonna suit you, and it just feels great. It plays well. It's really good. When I do my full band stuff, I have a full band called the Justin Myles Experience, and I can't even stress to you, I am the least amount of talent in this band. Jesus Christ, the drummer. Just to kind of brag about the boys in the band for a second, let me just throw them a little props. I got Jerry Cowser on drums. He's like a gospel drummer from Waldorf, DC area. He just rips the shit out of the drums. I got Josh Earhart on lead guitar. We all know who Josh Earhart is. He's just absolutely stunning guitar player, stunning vocalist. When it comes down to lead guitar solos and just feeling the room, and you want to talk about someone with instinct. This guy is absolutely just throws everybody under the bus with this, because he's just absolutely fucking amazing. So we kind of like, he'll sing like, I'll do like 10 songs a set. He'll sing like 3 of them because we just kind of share some songs. And the go all be all guy that I'm absolutely 100% humbled to have in this band is a gentleman by the name of Kevin Earhart. I'm sorry, not Kevin Earhart. Why did I just put Josh Earhart and Kevin Walker in the same thing? I don't know. And it's late. It's been a long day. Kevin Walker is his name. Kevin Walker is from Baltimore. He's a Baltimore native. We call him Uncle Kevin. I met him by doing Stomp in Baltimore a few times. And we just ended up keeping in touch. Kevin is one of the best bass players on the East Coast. He toured with Patti LaBelle. He toured with Justin Timberlake. He also toured with Prince for a while.
Shit,
and
okay.
I know it sounds kind kind of weird that like, holy shit, this guy. But he's an East Coast guy from Baltimore that ended up being with these cats. I ended up, by the grace of God, ended up meeting him. We became good buddies, good friends, and we played 1 or 2 gigs, kind of like on and off for a couple years. I ended up like getting him to like join the band. And every day I wake up and like, holy shit, I got Kevin Walker playing bass in my fucking band. Like, I couldn't freaking believe it. He's a freaking beast. He's a pit bull when it comes to bass.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. And then of course I got, we all know Mr. Rusty Williams playing percussion when he's available with the band too. So, if you want to see the live band, we're going to be at Goose Bay on September 4th. We're also sharing that show with Funkzilla, another amazing band from Southern Maryland with Matt Garrett. Matt Garrett runs that band. I know you've had him on a few times. Rich Smith on bass, Chris Sample on drums. Rusty plays with them too. They're absolutely phenomenal. So we're going to do like a dual show where we play, they play, we play, they play, and then we're going to come together at the end of the night at Goose Bay and share like maybe 2 or 3 encore songs together and just absolutely knock it out of the park. And then I can't wait for that gig. September 5th, I'm actually excited to announce it for the first time on your podcast. You guys are the first to know. September 5th, Tiki Bar. My full band is playing at Tiki Bar from 4 to 8. So September 5th, Sunday, Tiki Bar, 4 to 8. Try to spread the word. We're going to be there, full band, full action. It's the first time that my band's playing at the Tiki Bar. I never thought that I would play the Tiki Bar with my band. Like, I'm beside myself.
Nice.
So that's going to be freaking awesome, man. Yeah.
That's good. This has been awesome.
Yeah, excited, man. It's a ways out, but we're gonna be there. We're gonna be in full effect, bro. As far as gear goes, to kind of bring it back home for you guys, home base. I play 2 guitars. I got a Tele Mex, like I call it a Tex-Mex, but it's a Tele Mex.
Yeah.
It was Mexican made.
Love it.
It's a freaking beast. I recorded my last album, first album too, but mostly the second album I've put out. It's on Spotify, it's on iTunes. It's called Catching Thoughts. I recorded pretty much every track from top to bottom with that Tele, and love everything about it. And then on the other side, I have a hybrid Strat / PST. A PST from PST Guitars over in King George.
Yeah.
Scotty. Yeah. I threw it to him. It was like yellow or like gold color-ish. I don't know, like yellow bronze. And I was like, can you just dirty this thing up? I was like, I just want it to be matte finish. He's like, how do you feel about putting the PST maple neck on it? I was like, I'm all about it. Fresh frets, PST neck, maple neck with a Strat body. It's called, by the grace of Facebook and a quiz or like a survey I put on Facebook, it's called Brown Sugar. He actually like flame broiled some of the body to make it look like burnt dark wood. It absolutely love this guitar with everything I have. I've done some recordings with it. So it's kind of like a Strata PST, if you will.
Yeah, dude. That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. So that's my rig as far as guitar goes. I mean, you're talking to someone who doesn't really know a lot about guitars. My setup is super simple, man, when it comes to pedals. I got, it goes into a wah, like just a normal wah pedal. And then you got your tuner. I got like a drive pedal, like a normal, just straight up middle of the woods, just drive pedal that goes into a wah, auto wah pedal, into like an effects, I forget the name of it, but it's like an effects throw delay.
Yeah.
Like it's into like kind of like a gate dampener. So if I do throw like distortion on, double distortion, sometimes I double up my distortion from the amp to the pedal. This pedal really makes it quiet down a little bit, so you get that clean, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but you get like a clean drive, I guess, without all the like crazy ambient noise. And then that sucker goes into a Mesa Boogie Express 525 combo amp. It's not big, it's small, and it does the job. But for me, we play a lot of like R&B and funk. So with that, this amp is like perfect to get that tone out of that Strat. I mostly play that Strat mostly the whole show. The Telly's there for like certain songs or maybe a backup, but the Strat is my go-to as far as like live shows go. But yeah, that Mesa, that tiny little Mesa cab, man, does a lot. I mean, you gotta mic it up and you gotta crank it a little bit through the monitors and mains. It's by far, I would never do it with a full band with no micage.
Right.
Because that thing needs a little bit of assistance. Because if anybody knows, those Mesa Boogies, especially the Mesa Expresses, if you start to turn that gain up a little too much, you'll just, even on a clean, you'll get a lot of drive and distortion. So there's a sweet spot on that sucker. Tube driven, love it. Sounds great. Recorded all my albums with it.
Nice. That's sweet, dude. Wow. Dude,
sorry for the huge run-on sentence Bible of gear that I just threw out at you guys.
Hey, man, it's cool, dude. This has been a night, dude. This has been a night. I mean, dude, we got all access Justin Myles here, man. I mean, everybody tuning in, loving this. But we're coming up on it, man. You've been more than gracious with your time.
Absolutely.
But we got one last question for you, then we'll let you get off the line. All right?
All right, sounds good.
And this is the fun one, so we'll keep it fun.
And I promise I won't talk too much on this one.
No worries, but we kept it fun. We got the information we wanted. I feel like I've known you now 20 years, so it's good.
I know, I love it. I hope everybody else feels the same way, man.
Yeah. So this is cool, but we call this best gig, worst gig. You answer in any order you like, but you got to answer both. What do you got for the Gurus tonight?
Oh boy, that's so hard to go with which one first. I mean, I might have a best gig, worst gig, and maybe some honorable mentions that I can mention afterwards that you guys would probably laugh at. I gotta say, let me go with the best gig first, so then we can kind of like funnel down to like, holy shit, this is kind of where reality sits at the moment. So go on this journey with me. I gotta say, man, one of the best gigs is definitely being a part of Stomp and Tap Dogs. Just being on the stage, I gotta say, we did a show. Man, we did a show in Fort Collins with Stomp, and it was a beautiful theater. It was like everything in it was very warm and woody. Like the balconies were wood. Like it just had this like really dope feeling to it. And the people in Fort Collins, Colorado, were really warm and really like accepting, and just like they were screaming the whole time. It felt like a freaking rock show, man, but with Stomp. It was like, what? We're doing Stomp, but this is like, it feels like a rock show.
Right.
You know? Can I throw a second one in there just to give a little bit of home juice vibe?
Yeah, 20 seconds. Go for it.
Another really good gig was when, honestly, I'm speaking from the depths of my heart. When we came back we played DC, we played the Warner Theater, once but twice.
Right.
So, and then Tap Dogs, we did Kennedy Center actually not too long ago in 2019. So both those gigs, it was really nice to have like the dance studio show up, local guys like yourself show up, friends, family, really close friends. Other musicians would show up. Like I didn't even know like half the people that came up. I would just get like an inbox on Facebook after the show. Hey, good show. You have time to come out and say hi? And I'm like, fuck yeah. Like walk out to the lobby of like the Warner Theater or the Kennedy Center to just see people you recognize, not people that you normally would play music at Toots or Camp House or Buckets or the Tavern. Anywhere, the Ruddy Duck, and they're there. Like the owners of the Ruddy Duck would show up, like the owners of the Tavern show up, like people like that, just to be like, oh my god, I can't believe you're here and you saw this show. Like you saw me, you paid money to come see me perform on stage. That was super freaking awesome, man. That's like one of the best gigs ever. To have people come pay 40, 50, whatever it was, to come see you perform on stage. You know what I mean? It's not a boastful thing. It's just like a humbling thing. It's like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like, I really appreciate you so much.
It's badass, dude.
Yeah. The worst gig?
You don't have to elaborate and make it super bad. You just give us.
No, I got you. Somebody asked if I could play a gig in La Plata, and I said, sure. I'm like, what's the name of the venue? They said, it's not a venue, it's a house. I said, oh, okay, house party. They're like, no, it's not a house party. I'm like, what is it? Bro, I show up to this house. I walk into the house. I'm looking at all these realtor signs. It was a fucking open house for a real estate firm. They hired a musician, i.e. me, to stand in, like, not the kitchen, but, like, this hallway where the kitchen goes into the living room.
Yeah.
For an open house to play acoustic guitar. I didn't even have my system hooked. I had no speakers. I just sat there like a jester, singing for the king. Like, yes, if you don't sing, I will cut your head off. I'll behead you. I'm singing to, like, sometimes there weren't even people coming in for like 15, 20 minutes. All of a sudden, like this couple would come around the corner with like a brochure in their hand, and they're like, oh, and here, and with a realtor in tow, going, here's the kitchen, and then here's the living room. Meanwhile, they're like walking by me, and I'm like, it's a marvelous night. How you guys doing tonight? With the stars up above in your eyes. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Fantabulous night to me. That was the most, I don't want to say degrading, but probably worst gig I've ever done. Like, just to stand there at attention playing acoustic guitar, like, okay, you're going to do this for 4 hours. 4 hours, bro. 4 hours. Open mic, real estate. I can't make this shit up.
Hey,
but hey, your boy got paid.
Hey, I dig it.
Woo! Open mic real estate.
Yeah. There it is, man.
I dig it.
There it is.
Well, dude, this has been awesome, man. This has been super.
Thanks for the ride. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show tonight. I can't wait for premiere night on Thursday on Facebook, so please join us in the live chat. The record for most attendees in live chat is 22 with Paradox. So we're seeing if anybody can beat 22. So send out the invites to all your friends when it comes out, all right?
Get up and join it, man. Come on, we all know we're on our phones all the time, so you might as well just join it.
All right, well, dude,
get on there.
I'm looking to see who you can bring to the party.
There you go.
All right,
Justin, from the Guitar Gurus, Dan Alban.
Yeah, thanks again for coming on here and spending time with us, man. We appreciate that. And I might pop in on you guys Friday and just check, see how you guys are doing.
Man, always, brother. You better show up on Friday.
That's
Coming
right.
soon.
Coming
to
to
DVD.
Yeah.
That's right. So thanks again, man. We really do appreciate this, Justin.
Man, I enjoyed every freaking moment, man. I know the three of us could just talk for 4 freaking hours straight and just go all through the night. So I understand it's a time constraint, but man, appreciate y'all putting me on this show. I'm glad that my time came on. I hope this is not the first and the last. You know, I hope to be on again soon at some point.
Next time it's you and Rice at the same time.
Hey, we'll do it.
Yep, exactly.
We'll do it.
Cool. All right, dude. Well, we're going to cut you loose, dude. From the Guitar Gurus, Justin Myles, we say thank you and have a great night.
You too, brother. You guys take it easy. Peace out.
All right, later.
Later, man.
There he goes, man. Justin Myles, man. Woo. Dude, tonight's been epic.
Yeah.
Almost 2 hours. We're coming up on it. So I'm going to cut to you real quick because I know 2 hours is our time limit. Shout out to the sponsors. Island Music Company doing the Guitar of the Week.
That's right.
We got Christopher Lane Tattoos.
Yeah.
Get your ink done, go see Chris. Right? Right. Cooper Construction, from site to site, they'll treat you right. Site maintenance services, the whole shebang. It's in the commercial. Sean Kirkpatrick, thank you again for coming on. And he had Brittany with him. She was on with him in this first episode that he came on. So it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Brittany.
Yay. Check in with her. I think that's everything, right?
That's everything.
Oh,
yeah.
and thanks Lynn Arion for the 10-ounce
Of
12-pack
course.
sampler. And thank you for stepping in and doing it
Yeah,
now.
it's my segment now, y'all.
Yep. So that's it,
It's
dude.
going to get revamped and renamed, and it's going to be awesome.
Cool. That's it, dude. Well, it's the Guitar Gurus with Dan and Dan. We're Southern Maryland's #1 choice for music talk radio, and we will check you guys next week.